Welcome everybody to the Nexus Valorant tournament during Breeze 22, sponsored by Cryptronics. Today I'm Achintya Datta and I'm joined by Sarish Namagiri. Sarish, please introduce yourself.
Hello, everyone. Sorry, I'm Lil Sorish over here. Welcome to the tournament. We'll be your casters for today, and uh, as we're talking, the teams are choosing their agents. The defenders seem to have gone with two.
Yeah, I mean, they've gone for a pretty classic setup like Jet, Chamber, Reina. Seems to be very,
Select your
balanced
agent.
overall. Uh, Disaster has not picked an agent yet. I don't know what they're
There
up
seems
to.
to be a technical issue.
Yeah, I guess it's a technical issue. So, oh, okay. I think he's picked Omen. All right. Yeah, perfect. There seems to be a balanced setup on both the teams for now. And you just as we were discussing just before the stream started, the roles of all the different kinds of agents. You have duelists.
Initiators, the sentinels, and the controllers. So, as you know, duelists are ones who usually are solo players. You would find people of lower ranks trying to take them because they don't need to worry as much about the team as they need to worry about fighting their own battles, as opposed to controllers who are supposed to be dividing up the map and trying to help their own teams. Um, what kind of agents do you usually prefer playing?
I actually recently found a big interest in Yoru. He is a duelist, even though I would classify myself as not a duelist player. But I feel that Yoru has a lot of support capabilities as the duelist. He can really move himself across the map in a way to really turn the tide, especially in when you say 4v2 or something like that. So having a Yoru on the team with the two players, I think it can be like a life or death situation, game changer over there. All right, we're heading into the first round. Oh, I think there has
There's a
been
pause,
a
I think.
pause.
Okay.
Okay,
I myself personally prefer playing an agent like Brimstone because I find the utilities or skills a little more relatable. I myself coming from a CS background. Typical smokes and mollies seem to really help a team sort of take over a site as well as defend it very well.
you know what? You actually raise a very important point because, as we know, Valorant is in a way a spiritual successor to Counter Strike. And obviously, as a starter of Agent, Brimstone is very balanced. I'm surprised to not see a Brimstone on the map here, although I suppose it has been made up with the likes of Omen, who has equal capabilities of smokes.
Right.
And yeah, I guess Jet does as well have a bunch of smokes, although they do evaporate quite quickly. So it'll be very interesting to see how these teams battle it out on Bind over here, which is going to be our first map. Yeah, let's see how it goes.
Also, I noticed that the defenders chose not to take a Sage, which is interesting because it means every shot they get is going to be a one shot. There's not going to be any resurrections on the defender side, on the attacker side. Sorry.
Yeah, that is true. That is true. Um, oh no, that is the defending side actually.
So that is it.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, we have an initiator in Sova. I don't think. I don't think there's an initiator on the attacking team. So,
Right.
yeah.
By the way, I've always wondered, Reina's abilities people say are very closely linked to the number of deaths it gets. What is the ability?
Well, so Reina, I mean, and I'm hugely critical about Reina myself because I feel that Reina is very outclassed in terms of abilities because all she really does have
Right.
is essentially a smoke slash flash.
Right.
And that flash is also so okay. Imagine if you're playing CS, right?
Right.
And somebody does a pop flash.
Mhm.
Now imagine you could actually shoot the flash and not get flash in the process.
Ah, right.
Okay. Now do you see the caveat with playing Reina?
Right.
Yeah. That's the odd bit. People prefer Reina, I suppose, due to her mobility. But okay, we'll continue this discussion later because we're heading into round one. And let's see. Okay, attackers are making their way up into Hookah on the B side. Hookah gets that kill onto Warhawk. Raze is out of the question over here. Chamber is dead from the tellies. Defenders are doing a really good job defending the territory, but no, Momo Boy is going to pick up that kill with Yoru.
Spike down.
That
B.
duelist is really making the calls over here.
Last
Hopefully,
player
now it's
standing.
brought down to a 3v2. Maybe Cyclops can get that kill onto the Yoru. No, Momo completely denies him. However, Chamber Tokai is there to pick up the kill. Yeah, I think the defenders really were about to lose that round if it were not for Chambers. Quick decisiveness. He moved over from the kill on A long,
Right.
and then he looked at Hookah. Right, Yoru is going to be there, so he pre-aimed him. There was a wall bang and everything. Yeah, that was a pretty good movement. But I really have a very good feel that this match is going to be a close one. I mean, both of these teams have dominated in the lower series, and I think noobs themselves have, you know, I think finished the last match in a 13-4. But anyway, I digress. The attackers are setting up for a B, sorry,
Ooh, that
an
was
A
a nice kill.
push.
And he gets the second kill as
Yeah,
well. Okay.
yeah.
Down.
Reina's doing a really top job over here. But to be very honest, they are fighting against pistols, so I suppose it will be
Eco
a
kills.
very
Help with their economy.
straightforward round for them.
Right.
Vision is very low, and he's given away his position. I don't know what he's trying to do. Yeah, even left the spike, so
Going to go for it.
he's going around towards Sage maybe.
Oh,
But
thinks people would not
One
hit it.
enemy remaining.
yeah,
That's unfortunate.
that's
And
unfortunate.
then we have Sage left with a light angle Sage.
Yeah, Sage has been
Hakai
wrapped up.
comes to the clean 3K without a single damage.
Absolutely lovely. Love to see it. But no, I think this is going to get interesting because we are going to be setting up for our first buy rounds. We have Spectres across the board, a bunch of Spectres on the defending team, and you have a full deck of rifles on the attacking team. So yes, this will be our first official round. One of the things in Valorant that I find a little off-putting is that if you get that pistol win advantage, you really do set yourself up for the game win instead of
Right.
the round win. So,
Right.
and that's even more pronounced than in CS. But anyway, let's move on to B side over here.
Chose not to upgrade their weapons. Now they'll have to defend sites with pistols.
Yeah, that is true. That is true. Although it is easier considering they're Spectres, so you can still save up money. Hookah is playing very close over here. He teleported out of Hookah, and he's biding his time because at 16 HP you really can't afford to take those fights because honestly, yeah. See, he's going for those panic shots. He's hoping to get a kill, but honestly, I mean, at Hookah they're distracted clearly by the teleporter. I think they have eliminated that player. Yes, they have. So they're really wanting to take these sides. Pukai does get taken down. 16 HP is really not gonna prolong your lifespan a lot. And now it's a 2v4. Defenders are in a bind. I mean, that is a pun. And I had to make that pun in the middle of the game somehow, so I did. And attackers do take it away in the first official round of the game. I guess now we'll be seeing a rifle v rifle round, so this is going to be the point where it gets interesting. Okay, and we're going into round 4. Clearly they're setting up. Oh, what is that going on with Jet and Sova over here?
Trying to.
And yeah, Sova does get that recon bolt onto the mid sector over here. They're going for a very difficult split scenario. Yeah, I mean, that's what Sova is supposed to do, provide information for his team, especially on the defending side.
Right.
Although decimation, I don't understand how he's. Yeah. I don't
Safe to say it, but unfortunately,
While crossing, Sage does get that kill down to them. They have opened up a possibility of a B split over here because they have the spike moving towards Hookah, as you can see. Omen has been blocked off with the other Omen, so let's see if we can get a little Omen on Omen action over here. The player in Hookah is moving up, Raze. Now we know that Raze has a really explosive potential, so let's see if she can set up for a proper B split. But no, they seem to be committing towards the A.
side.
Yeah, because Omen in Long over here has been completely wiped out. Oh, crap. Sova has discovered their location. They know what's coming. Let's see if they can actually get the spike down because that will decide whether they can get the round win or not. Hold on, there's nobody on the A side. Okay, other than Sova in Elbow.
Enemy remaining.
Oh, I don't. Okay, so Momo Boy. Yoru is going for the telly. He's trying to defend as much as he can because honestly, I don't think you can do much at that point. He really used his teleporter effectively because he had to, distance himself from that area.
Right.
Now we have to see how he defends his spike plant. Chamber is gonna fake the defuse. He does use that flash effectively, but no, I guess he white peaks a bit. Chamber does take him out. Yeah, that's a big oof for the attackers team. Mortals. Mortals is a team that is attacking. Noobs really do take the round away in the defending side.
Super, I believe it's Knobs.
Knobs or is it noobs?
But it's an unfortunate coincidence that they had to lose the round.
Yikes, I guess. Yikes. Well, it is still, good. They're really, going against the grain. If they're calling themselves noobs and then starting winning rounds against immortal level
Right.
levels. So yeah, pretty good for them so far. Now we see the attack is setting up for a B take. They're gonna leave Sage over here in middle, which is a very odd choice considering that if you get the Sage taken down, you really lose any
Opportunity to revive or heal your team.
yeah, revive your teammates or even maintain your team strength for as long as possible. Now, Sage is going to be playing a very odd lurk role. And considering the assault on B, everybody is rotating off and going to B. So maybe attackers can actually, do that split. Okay, Reyna enters through the teleporter and gets that kill onto Raze. Warhawk is completely obliterated in hookah.
Hakai seems to be simply
One
dominating.
enemy remaining.
Yeah, Pukai really. Oh, wow. I mean, the defenders are doing a really top job of cleaning these guys out, but then Vision does keep the game going for
And
Noobs.
Hakai coming on
Yep.
to the 3K.
unfortunately. I think Vision is really doing a lot of the hard carrying. Actually, no, I am wrong because it's Momo Boy that's been doing all the tough jobs with Yoru. Vision has kept the round going alive for the previous round though, so that's pretty good. I think he's doing what the team expects from him as a support player. So, otherwise it becomes a really tricky scenario where your support player has to fill in the roles of a duelist, and
Right.
that just becomes a hugely weird team setup because if the duelists don't do the duelist job, then what else do they do?
The attackers seem to have gone for an eco round with just Ravi carrying a partial.
Yeah.
So I believe we'll be expecting Sage to play from the backside. And there you go. Hakai tries to take the
Right.
first duel and teleports himself out.
Spike down A.
Omen gets a kill through the smoke. That's interesting.
He had that setup, she was lined up for him and everything.
Right.
He has a spike, so considering it's an eco round, they've not done bad with the 2v3. Okay, he's
One
waiting,
enemy
he's waiting,
remaining.
and he misses the shot.
Spike
He completely
down
misses
A.
that shot. Disaster gets that
Omen
kill into
takes out
Vision. Yep, Omen takes out Omen, and I think that's a really good cleanup. I think
He's expecting someone here. He's seen the barrel and
Yeah.
gets the kill.
I think Disaster really saved that round for Noobs because if Vision got that shot onto Disaster,
Then it
they
could
could
have-
have. I mean, the entire B side was opened up to them. They could have gone through the teleporter. They could have wrapped around back at A.
Right.
And that would have really left Noobs with zero information on where the attacks were going to be
Right.
going into the round. But I think that's the point where you start questioning. All right, how do you want to set up and how do you want to push? But considering that was an eco round, pretty good eco round, I would say. I'd be happy with it. All right, we're moving into our next rifle round. It's going to be a tough job for Mortals
You
to
want to
take
play? Let's play.
round wins away from Noobs. They're going towards the B split. Long presence is there by Sage. I don't know why they're letting Sage push up so aggressively.
Right.
Rex does use her ult, and she gets taken out by Pukai. But no, that's not Waze. That is Momo Boy. Yoru is out. All the duelists are falling. They're not able to get anything done. Even the Raze ult did not do anything over there. Let's see if Chamber can keep the round going with his Spectre, but no, Chamber v Chamber. Pukai does take it away with a 4K and absolutely wraps up Mortals.
That is some absolutely insane stuff coming out of the chamber.
I don't know how the semifinals is going to go because I know for a fact that Mortals was very dominant in the lower series and they don't seem to be bringing any of that energy over here. I really hope they can show some of that energy on the defender side, but unfortunately, if they wait for too long, then the game is just tipping into Noobs' favor.
In your opinion, Super, is this a defender favoring map or an offender favoring?
It's a whatever side you're not on, man. But honestly, I think defending is much more easier on bind because you really have to. So the angles are very singled out. So let's say if you're playing split, you have to
Right.
worry about two angles at once. But on bind, you can really isolate yourself from one angle and focus at one area. So if I'm at CT, I can always just focus on hookah and hookah alone, and I'll have a player in elbow who's looking at long, everything like that.
Right.
So the angles are all well isolated and they can be really used effectively. They are moving in for a hooker push over here. It is a rifle v rifle
Bit
round.
push.
Momo Boy is going in for the sheriff. Let's see if he can get one of those pistols working. He is biding his time against the Omen smoke.
Waiting for the smoke.
Yeah,
to fade.
they're really waiting for some aggression from
On the other
Noobs
side.
over here. Yeah.
Right. On the other side of the smoke is Omen waiting.
He's going for
a
that
vertical
classic bronze plays. Just waiting, just jump out, mate. I'm good.
And he sees the first.
And
And Hakai takes.
absolutely, yep. Hakai really domes the crap out of Omen over there. Momo boy over there. My bad. There is some long presence. I don't think they realize that there is nobody in hookah. Yeah. Ooh, Vision takes out Decimation.
And with that ace, and I think Chamber teleports
Front
onto A
destroyed.
to help with the defense.
Yeah, that is true. But Omen has rotated back as well, so A is again closed off.
Where is the spike, Super?
The spike is, I believe, with Sage, if I'm not wrong. Although I don't think they're really, intending to take it anywhere. What is Sage seem to be doing? It's a really
30
confusing
seconds
setup
left.
by Mortals over here.
They're all over the place right now.
Yeah,
It's
honestly.
very hard
I
to
mean,
understand.
Race is pushed up in a very, very interesting spot. Although Disaster seems to be anticipating her, backstab. He seems to be distracted at the moment, and yeah, Hakai does take away Sage. I think there was a technical
enemy
issue
remaining.
because she was AFK. So
10 seconds
you know,
left.
Cyclops takes away Warhawk, anticipates that backstab, and wraps up the round for Mortals. And they don't even get that last rifle. Unfortunately, noobs are making quick work of Mortals in this semi-final. Welcome back to the stream. And yes, as we anticipated, Sage was AFK. There were some technical issues, and the pause timer has been activated. So, Mighty, let's just take a moment and try to talk about whatever we've seen so far, and some things that interest you, or you're curious about the game overall.
Absolutely. One thing I've been sort of struggling to figure out, Super, is the role of Chamber. The Chamber on the defending team seems to be doing extremely well, while the Chamber on the offense is not. What is the exact ability of Chamber that usually helps with the defender and doesn't seem to be working that well with an offensive player?
That's an interesting question. I mean, I'm not a chamber main, so to say, and I've really picked up the game after a long time, so I haven't really gotten exposed to a lot of these newer agents. But Chamber seems to be one of those agents who can really teleport at will and has like a really high movement accuracy sniper. But that's his ult.
Right.
And ults you can use only maybe one round out of like 10 or something like that.
Right.
So I don't think we should really be talking about the ult. Instead, so you can see here he has like a concussion grenade and he has a teleporting ability. I suppose he's like a mix of Killjoy and what do you say, a little bit of Breach / Astra
Right.
and Yoru, of course. Or actually, yes, I think Yoru is the proper analogy you can draw.
Absolutely.
Clearly,
Yeah.
on the defender side, Chamber would be a better option. I mean, we would see more kills out of Chamber on the defending side than on the offense because he can really move himself between sides so quickly.
Right.
Set himself up for perfect play situation. He can set up his telly just behind the attackers and just move around and not let them know. Because Yoru's teleporter actually makes like it's very visible, so you can play anti Yoru.
Right.
But Chamber, I suppose, maybe not that much. Now the round has started. We're going into round 9. Mortals with still one round win on the board, and they are going for a pistol buy. It's a very weird buy, and Decimation just does get that collat. Warhawk is damaged, but he does. Hakai does not realize that he's pressed up against Chamber and Raze altogether. Hakai does get that kill onto Toxic, and Raze gets taken down in the mix. Absolutely obliterated by noobs over here. I think Sage is still AFK. I don't understand why noobs are not calling for a technical timeout and just waiting until Sage gets her issues resolved. But I guess you do you, my guys. But they really need that fifth player.
It makes it hard for an attacker not to.
Throughout this entire game, they've looked really hopeless. I really wish all the best to them, but then they really have to pick this up on the defender side, especially if Sage is on that side.
Right.
She has her ult. She has so the Sage ult can really turn the round around. And I've had these questions while playing Valorant because people have questioned like, okay, if it's a 1v1, is it the right thing to do for Sage to revive one of her teammates and turn it into 2v1, even though it may seem like you have the upper hand? And I personally think yes, because you honestly can't be too careful in a 1v1 situation. You can really mess up, especially due to your entire team depending on you. So
Right.
I guess there's a lot of scope for not being able to convert that into a round win. So
Well,
Sage revives are extremely crucial, especially on the defending side, because defending side you really have that initial control all over the map, and having
well,
that extra player went down. And the best part about an extra player is that what I just just came to my mind is that he's died, so he knows what the opponents are having. He
right,
knows what their setup is, and he can really get in between them because he knows exactly when to pick somebody because that's how he died. So
right.
he'll know not to make those mistakes. But anyway,
Uh, it just occurred to me that we've been talking about the ultimate abilities of so many agents, especially when we were earlier discussing about Chambers' teleportation. I've noticed that not many agents have been using their ults.
I don't think we've seen an ult so far in the game.
That is quite surprising, especially given that we're this late into the game.
Yeah, this late in the game, and Model has only one round win to show for it. I really think Yoru should. Oh wait, we did see one ult by Yoru on Model side, but he really did use that to get away instead of using it in an offensive capacity.
Right.
So I really hope that Yoru can twist it around, but he really depends on his team to set himself up for that.
Right.
So if Omen does not smoke effectively across the map, then Yoru can't really capitalize on his ult to get the better of the attackers sort of blind spot, if you
Right.
have to put a word at it. But anyway, we're going. I guess Sage is back on the Model side, and they are setting up for an A split. So Drone does get taken out. He tags one though. Yes, there is information, and they're all huddled up in mid. Mortal is moving up. They're capturing space. Middle is completely theirs, but they really need to capitalize on that position and get that spike down. Spike is out there in the open. Toxic does get that kill onto Hakai, but Pukai follows it up. Chamber v Chamber. Absolutely lovely fight over there.
Knobs doing some excellent teamwork, and
Momo Boy really just does. Yeah, I think that's the best way to use Yoru in that situation. You just get into the side. Sage does get that revive done, gets that on Toxic, but then Pukai boosts himself, takes out that revive. Terrible place to revive, really, and takes away Sage.
clean headshot.
I don't
and
understand why
takes
they're not pre-aiming that angle, considering that's the only angle they have to worry about. Momo Boy is the only one that's left announced. Sorry, that's Disaster, and he gets taken out. Disaster cleaning it up for Noobs over here, and Noobs put another round on the board. Noobs or Nobs, I'm really sorry if I'm butchering your team name, but you're doing a super job so far, and Mortals have put themselves in a super bind over here, and they're really not able to capitalize on ults or anything really. I don't understand why Momobai really didn't use his flashes in a more aggressive fashion in that situation, but I guess they must have had something in mind, and clearly it did not work out. But anyway, we are going into round 11. They are setting up towards again an A split. Maybe it's a rifle v rifle round, it's a full buy round. It's an A split yet again, and hopefully Mortals can convert it for their sake. And Chamber does take that first kill. He's really using his teleporters effectively. I mean, I don't think it can get any better than this. So Mortals are already at a disadvantage, and they're losing players by the second. So what takes out two of their top players, but Toxic does follow up on that kill. That's what I mean by aggressive positioning. That's what you need to do in those situations. You can't really stay in that place. I think Pukai Toxic did a super job, but then Pukai followed it up very well, and Momo Boy gets taken out, and we finish up round 11. This was it was a very interesting lineup and a match, because honestly I did not expect it to be as one-sided as this. Anyway, we're moving into halftime after this, and we'll see if Models can actually salvage something from this 10-1 one-sided. Oh, okay. I guess Chamber is setting up for result in this round.
Chamber's ult is the sniper, as we remember. And he's peeking into mid, waiting for people, but unfortunately no one shows up. Okay, so most of the attackers team seem to be rushing up A halls A lamps, where they seem to have been taken down. Interestingly, they've chosen to keep rushing the same area for the last 3 rounds without much success. Now they seem to have fallen back, hoping to get a kill or two before they choose to proceed. Pukai just gets his ult onto Sage, while Cyclops gets his third K on Vision. Unfortunate stuff for Immortals, as they are now desperately looking for one.
That is
person.
such a neat play. I mean, just look at Toxic. He's worried about that teleporter. You know, Omen does that fake teleporter out of A-Long and he gets that kill on with his with his ult, and
Toxic
follows it up. Toxic really finally popping it out for his
Immersive.
team over here. Yes, he's picking up his abilities. Omen is late to the party. Disaster can't get anything done, and it's a 1v1. Now I'm hoping,
I-
and I'm hoping
yeah.
for Mortals that they can convert this into a round win because they haven't seen a bright day for a long time in this match. Now Chamber is moving up along with the spike. He's gonna set it up for a long, I suppose.
I think Omen is slowly
Yes, it
realizing
does,
that he's
yep.
on the wrong side and he's going to start.
Yeah.
Okay.
He has two shots in his ult, and he is setting up. I suppose
expect him to.
maybe not. He has smoked off long. He's worried about elbow and. Oh, absolutely lovely by Toxic. He anticipates that
That's-
flash by Omen, wipes him off into the map. Really, really. Welcome back, and we are done with the ad break. We are moving into halftime where Mortals are switching it up and they're going onto the defending side. Now, we ended the half with a fantastic 4 kill by Toxic on the Mortals side, who is now defending, and that's what really we expected. But unfortunately for Mortals, it might lead to a rude awakening because all of the hard work that was done by Mortals in that round was done by Chamber, was done by
Right.
Toxic. And he really didn't have, I suppose, a lot of support in that round. But he really did convert it into as big of an advantage as was possible.
Right.
But anyway, we're heading up into the defender side. We're heading up into the second half, and let's see if Model can, change this game, change how they've been playing it. Now, clearly, noobs have been are setting up for a mid split, and Momo Boy gets that first dome onto Hakai. Reina on the noobs gang. Raze is maintaining pressure. She hasn't used a boombot yet, but she spots Omen through the smoke, smaps a bit, and they have really stopped this rush. Now, clearly, noobs are moving on towards bathrooms. They're hoping to get like an entry over there so that they can open up A side fully.
Right.
Toxic gets that amazing kill onto Disaster. Really stops that, B rotate or the B potential. Cyclops uses his dart,
Pretty
tries.
balanced game so far.
Yeah, pretty balanced game, that is true.
Everyone's playing very carefully. We see Ravi got
Kill on Pukai, yeah.
Ravi got his 5th kill.
But Cyclops follows it up and Toxic. Oh my god. I guess Mortals are back on the board with that insane pistol win. But I think pistols are the strong suit. If I'm not wrong, they were the one who won the first pistol.
pistol round.
Yeah, and hopefully they can carry this momentum forward because, like I said, personally, especially with Chamber, and I'm not sure that much about Yoru, but Chamber especially defending is easier,
Right.
and I think Mortals might be in a position to give a very tough, very important for their sake fight to noobs.
And typically, we know that the second round after a pistol round is usually a Nico by the opponent team. So they are at a decided advantage. And Yoru.
I think Mokuba, yeah, he did what he could over there, and he did it with perfection. Did not even lose his life, and
he
follows
gets
it
the
up.
kill
Yeah,
on Pukai.
follows it up with a kill on Pukai. Yep, does it perfectly. Bashes so far and gets that third kill. He's doing a top job so far. He's waiting for Disaster over here and follows it up with a 4K. Momo Boy really popping off in the second round of the second half, absolutely obliterating. And look, they've only lost one player in the in the scuffle, so they're going into the third round of the second half with almost full armor. specters, and they can. I don't think they can upgrade to rifles at the moment, but I think they have set themselves up economically very well.
Right.
So let's
Even
see.
if they lose this round, they'll have enough money to
Yeah,
buy
exactly.
up.
Yeah, I think they should go for damaging plays because they have SMGs, play it slow, take it easy, and just the moment they come to side, bang, whoop them. Now we can see noobs setting up for a A split again. There is no bathroom presence, so they're pushing up all over mid. This is the same mistake that Mortals did on their attacking side, and they don't seem to be getting anything done. Momo Boys shuts everybody down with Rays. Bukai gets that kill onto Warhawk, but then Vision does shut him down as well.
Bovova expecting a back flank, but little does he know that two people coming from the same place where their teammates died.
And they're not checking those angles. Disaster is holding on, and he gets that kill.
Disaster gets a brilliant one tap.
But look at that. Look at the HP he's lost. He really does not have a lot of juice going into the rest of this round because the moment he gets picked by somebody else, he really does have the lower hand in that fight. Models have a much upper hand because one of the players on the Noobs gang is already half dead.
Oh, but look at Sova. He's made it to the only side that the other side that's entirely empty, which the defenders chose not to attack.
I guess, yeah, I suppose. I mean, this is what I was expecting Models to do on their attacking side. Just split it quickly and
Disaster gets a kill in spite of his health disadvantage.
follows it up. Lovely.
And Disaster gets his third kill. What the hell?
32
happened?
HP.
Who is losing this.
I have no clue, but Mortals really need to be picking up the pace.
Disaster still trying to make effect into the game.
They've converted a 2v3 into 2v1, and
Vision
honestly,
trying to get a couple of wall bangs
he's
off.
running out of time. He has to single out his angles.
Running out of time and luck, and now his health.
Well, if Momo Boy picked up a 4K last round, then Disaster really picks up one crucially for his team and takes them to 11 round wins. Now this has got to put Mortals in a really bad place because Mortals, I don't think they bought heavily into that round. But then look at their squad over here. Two of their players and one of them is the largest fragger we've seen, 13 kills. He does not have the economy to pull out a gun that will mean win or death in a fight. So
Given that their Sage isn't having a great day, I would have personally wanted them to swap pricing.
actually yes, but then clearly they're going for some setup. They have some idea what they're doing. Let's see if they can actually capitalize into round wins because they're looking in dire straits right now.
The team seems to be pushing up A lamp and Vision takes.
Yeah, Vision is taking that revenge, but then Cyclops Elite does shut him down. They may be going for the spike plant, but he fakes it out. Yoru flashes him, and he's waiting for those pushes.
He does not expect a second player. Oh,
Momo Boy does convert
One enemy remaining.
sheriff into a kill, and it's a 1v1 with.
oh, and
Lovely, top job. Even if Sage did not give him that rifle, Momo Boy absolutely plays that to perfection. We were worried that he, maybe can't convert the sheriff into kills, but then gets a 3K, shuts noobs down, and puts that 5th round on the board for Mortals. I think that's one round that they crucially needed. And I really wish that if they could gone the previous round, but regardless, it seems to be headed towards a very close match, maybe even overtime.
I think Super, the victory speed really answers the question what sided map this is.
I mean,
Defense seem to be winning without any questions and undoubtedly.
that is true. Momo Boy does set himself up for that, fake Yoru ability, and he realizes that
Mid, hoping to
pushing a mid, and they're aggressing over from hookah, so they're going to backstab them. Hopefully, models can keep them out of that fray for long enough so that the backstab is effective.
Right.
Now, Pukai seems to be aware of that backstab, but they're not paying particular attention to it right now. And Momo Boy converts that backstab into 2 kills, absolutely wipes the floor with with noobs over here. Mortals absolutely looking like the favorites for this round win. Disaster is stuck in the elbow, does get that kill on the Momo Boy, but 20 HP, I mean, against 3 players, I really doubt he can convert this into a round win. Sage is rushing up, and obviously, with that situation, with that shotgun, 20 HP, Disaster was headed for disaster. All right. Now, we're moving into...
Fun counter for today.
Well, that's 2 on the board so far, and 6 rounds on the board for Mortals, 11 rounds on the board for Noobs. But clearly, I'm winning with the puns today, so don't worry about that. No competitors so far, so I'm feeling great. Now, again, it's looking more competitive as we head into the next round. Let's see if Models can keep this momentum going. Now, finally, Noobs seem to be setting up for a proper B push. They're
What
going
seem
to.
to be expecting a mid push, and rightly so. Most of the players.
Momo Boy converts that strategy. He does that flash push and everything, and he converts that into one kill for against Decimator. Sova is using his dart, and he gets that tag onto Toxic, and now the long players know where he is.
Oh, toxic, smart.
They
teleport, but
anticipated
yet-
that. I think. Do you
They've
realize?
seen the teleportation.
Yeah, they'd seen the
device.
teleportation,
Right.
but it's crucial to remember because Chamber from their own team uses that strat. So they were
Right.
anticipating that teleport coming in anytime, and they played it to perfection. Now, Mortals really did do a good job with that, and it's a 4v1 against Mortals.
Hopefully,
Hopefully,
trying to do what he can, gets 2K, and
yeah,
was
Vision.
a good
Yeah,
attempt.
honestly, Vision did they all lined up for him. They were all rushing him together. Really could not have gone any better for Mortals or.
but with that, Noobs put the first point on the.
Yeah, no, we are headed for match point. So clearly, this means that if Models want to stand a chance to move into the finals,
They'll have
they need to
the
win
next 6 rounds.
the next 6 rounds consecutively, and that's only for overtime. So that's not even like a round win or a game win. So I'm hoping for their sake that they can get something done over here. Let's see if the attackers can bring that momentum and
And
finish them
Decimation
off.
chooses to go for result right away,
Yeah.
hoping to get.
Hopefully,
the
this will be an
kills.
exciting ult.
Oh,
Warhack was distracted with her nade, raise, and look at the space Decimation is getting. Chamber is not aware of this aggressive push.
Oh,
Absolutely
the top
lovely.
fragger is down.
Top Fragger is down, and Decimation is absolutely wiping the floor with Mortals. Yoru does use his teleport and his ult, and Decimation does not know where he is, but he is in bathroom. He does spot him.
Oh, but Decimation
The
expects
flash
him to
misses
come from
her.
there.
Decimation does not know. Decimation, yep,
Ah.
converts that into a fourth kill on the board. Will she try for that ace? Honestly, it'll
The
be a
shotgun
lovely
and
way
green,
to
I
end the
believe
game.
it's gonna
Oh,
and
Ravi does that. I mean, Ravi played that to perfection as much as he could have. But
Right.
then, yes, Noobs takes it away and wins the first semi final. Absolutely lovely job